Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
He made a name for himself by going hard after people who do this, illegal dumping, but now someone is trying to silence him.
Also, he says he plans to take swift action. Tonight, Warren's police commissioner weighing in on an officer's racist Facebook posts.
And prominent Michigan alum and broadcaster Jim Brandstatter coming forward to defend his old coach, Bo Schembechler, saying Bo didn't know about the sexual abuse by the team doctor.
We're going to begin, though, with breaking news coming to us from downriver in Flat Rock.
Let's get to Mara McDonald. She's live there tonight, where police have spent hours today investigating a death. Mara.
Kimberly, we're on Sheiks Boulevard, which is just off of Gibraltar Road. And if you drive down Gibraltar, you're going to see two homes that have yellow crime scene tape all around them. It's really kind of misleading because the scene really is here in the back. You can see the MSP's mobile forensic lab has pulled up here. What police are characterizing for us at this point is that this is a death investigation. Clearly, they think something suspicious happened here. That State Police Forensic Lab truck is obscuring a home that is not actually visible from the road, and it is in that home where we see the police presence at this point. Flat Rock police officers are in the area. There is a sizable presence of what we think are friends and family across the street on Gibraltar Road. Right now, police have not come forward to say exactly what they think the issue is here, but simply calling it a death investigation that clearly is at this point suspicious. We're live in Flat Rock. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara. Also here at 5, tomorrow dozens of survivors of Dr. Robert Anderson will stand in front of the Big House and demand immediate action from the university's Board of Regents.
This comes as Bo Schembechler's son says his father knew of this abuse and did nothing. Well, now a former player and current Wolverines radio broadcaster, Jim Brandstatter, is clapping back, saying there's no way this happened. Rod Maloney live tonight. Rod, this is a war of words that is starting to get ugly and will really intensify tomorrow.
Well, yeah, and the lines are being drawn here very severely. Now, Bo Schembechler is a hero in many people's eyes, and in fact, that's where he stands with Jim Brandstatter. We're also finding out that the Schembechler family put out a note just a few minutes ago in defense of Bo Schembechler, and Brandy is basically saying what he's been saying since this past weekend.
I got tremendous sympathy for those who suffered the misconduct of Dr. Anderson. Don't get me wrong there. That conduct is inexcusable. But in my opinion, to tie Bo to that is also wrong, especially just on allegations. I mean, hey, let's face it, Bo's being convicted with no real documentable proof.
Brandy's words eliciting outcries of victim blaming, considering there are nearly 900 former U of M athletes involved in a federal lawsuit currently in mediation. Brandstatter, in fact, saying during his weekend WWJ appearance he doesn't believe Matt Schembechler's account. Matt claimed that he was a 10-year-old who rode his bike alone to a sports physical, ended up molested by Dr. Anderson, and then Bo punched him in the chest upon hearing about the abuse. Brandy says it just doesn't add up.
If Bo knew about this stuff, there's no way that he would have let it continue, especially with his, players or his family. That stuff, just in my judgment, wouldn't happen.
And tonight, others have joined with Brandy. This Change.org online petition makes the same points, closing with 183 signatures. Bo died 15 years ago and cannot defend himself.
My defense of Bo's integrity and character should carry as much weight, I think anyway, and there are others out there I'm sure don't think so, but carry as much weight as his accusers. In law, isn't every accused afforded the right to a vigorous defense? Well, Bo's gone now, and he has no defense.
And now the family, again, out with their letter tonight defending Bo Schembechler. But tomorrow, as we talked about, there are going to be another larger group of former athletes who are going to be standing out there by the Big House saying that Bo, in fact, did know. And so we'll be there for that, to be certain. Back to you.
You know, a lot of people have been talking, Rod, about what kind of impact this controversy might end up having on the university. I wonder if Brandstatter had anything to say about that.
Yeah, he did. In fact, what he's worried about is that a lot of people who have been donating money to the University of Michigan might be on his side of this and saying that they may stop giving as much money as they used to the university. He fears that could be the backlash from all of this.
All right, Rod, we'll keep following that. Obviously a big day on that front tomorrow. Other news today, Warren's police commissioner is weighing in tonight over racist Facebook post by one of his officers.
That officer is on paid leave while the department investigates. Victor Williams has new information on what could come next.
You know, they say what you post out there on social media pretty much stays out there forever. And one police officer here in Warren had to learn that the hard way.
But when somebody does it, they're small, they stupid, it's dumb.
Some are still trying to process the controversial racial comments allegedly made on a Facebook discussion thread by a 14-year veteran with the Warren Police Department.
What does it say about that man?
Oh, you're a cop and you're doing this, and you're a traffic cop on top of that.
Tamia Brooks was the one who put two and two together that the racially insensitive comments were being made by a man of the law.
Saying that black babies have more black babies, black men aren't there for their kids. If he was black, he would kill himself and stuff like that.
Commissioner Bill Dwyer says the officer has now been placed on administrative leave for now, but this type of behavior will not be tolerated.
We're going to give him his rights, due process. We'll give him his what we call garrity to determine exactly what course of action I will take.
Right now, the entire incident is under the department's internal investigation. The commissioner, however, says it's a shame the alleged views of one officer has now reflected negatively on the 200-plus officers on the force.
Very negative impact on every man and woman, the men and women in blue.
Some of those men and women, African Americans themselves.
We have African American police officers here, and they're very disappointed in what happened. I can tell you that.
And Commissioner Dwyer says after due process, we'll learn the fate of this officer as early as next Monday or Tuesday. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor, today the United States reaches a grim milestone in the pandemic. 600,000 American lives have been lost to COVID-19. That is equal to the yearly death toll from all cancers.
But it's important to note here the daily number of new cases here in Michigan keeps improving. 182 new cases in the past 24 hours. 26 new deaths are also being reported, including 7 from a vital records review.
State's vaccine rate took a bit of a jump. 60.6% of Michigan adults have now received at least one vaccine dose. Perfect day to open up the windows, maybe give the air conditioner a break, which has been getting a workout lately, hasn't it?
That's right. And the sun's shining too. There's barely a cloud in the sky. It's really beautiful out there. Let's get over to Ben. Look at how long this stretch of nice weather is going to last, Ben.
Well, Kim and Devin, I'll tell you, if you're leaving the windows open, you want to close them tonight because we'll talk about the lows coming up in just a minute. But things are a little bit cool in the north zone. We've got a north wind that is keeping temperatures in the 60s here, but a lot of us not only are seeing the sunshine, but mid-70-degree temperatures, just a little bit below what we would typically see for a high this time of year. They're the wind gusts, and they've been 25 and even 30 up to 30 miles per hour earlier today. They'll subside tonight, and that all sets the stage for a very cool start to tomorrow morning. That's our 4-zone forecast, and we'll take a look at that ahead. Friday is an audition for summer. We're, of course, starting the season on Sunday, but the weekend is a perfect pair of days, and we'll check that out for you in just a few minutes. Guys?
Well, he spent years publicly shaming illegal dumpers on Facebook. Well, now Jonathan Palmerville is going to have to find a new tactic because Facebook has deleted his latest video citing a clear violation of their policies. We bring in defender Sean Lay. Sean, he's done a lot to clean up the Brightmoor neighborhood. He's also, though, caused some controversy.
And Devin, we've been with him really along the way for 6 years following Jonathan Palmerville and his impact in Brightmoor and across the city. He got DPD's Blight Task Force involved. He tracked down and found illegal dumpers. They got big tickets. He also put signs up, professional signs all over the neighborhood, not to dump. But tonight, after one post, he's the one in trouble with Facebook. This is where it all began 6 years ago.
Absolutely.
Another dumping site right here.
The story continues.
Jonathan Palmerville's fight against illegal dumping never stops. This week, a dump right where he first started going after illegal dumpers 6 years ago.
It was actually all the way out to past the middle of the road. Diapers, dirty diapers. We've got couches. I mean, the full gamut of it. It's just unbelievable what these people are dumping on our streets.
And Palmerville goes public big time on social media to track down people to clean up their messes. But with this dump, I didn't see your post on this. What happened?
Probably because I'm in Facebook jail because of that post.
Facebook won't allow Palmerville to post what was dumped because photos of the trash included a label with someone's name, number, and address on it, violating Facebook policy for privacy. Palmerville argues the law is on his side.
From what I understand is as soon as your information gets dumped out on the streets, it becomes public information at that point.
When Palmerville finds a name or number in an illegal dump, he posts it, he calls them, but he doesn't accuse them of being the dumpers.
We called her up. She had no remorse for this stuff being out on our streets.
She admitted it?
She didn't quite admit it, but she said we must have a crap neighborhood for other people to be dumping in here.
Quick note, we did call the person who was listed on some of that dumped material right there in the middle of the street. She first denied it, then hung up on us twice, and then said get in touch with her attorney, who never got back in touch with us. Look, Jonathan Palmerville, we asked him if he's going to change. We know him very well. He says he will never change. He'll still be relentless going after dumpers, Facebook jail or not, Devin.
Well, Sean, has this kind of thing ever happened to Palmerville before? I mentioned there's been controversy before.
There has been controversy, you're right. He's been sued for defamation. He won, but also YouTube was his primary source of social media, and they took down some of his videos as well. He says he'll still make the videos, chase the dumpers. If he needs another platform, he'll get another platform.
Forgot it started on YouTube. Exactly right. All right, Sean. Well, neighbors living near it say it sounded like a bomb went off.
Yeah, new tonight, major concerns in southwest Detroit after chunks of concrete fall from a railroad overpass.
Also, a race against the clock in Illinois. New tonight, a chemical plant fire that may now take days to burn out, sparking major concerns about the water supply. We'll have that next. Larry?
Many drive on Interstate 375 every day, but few actually knows the history behind it. I'm Larry Spruill, and I'll tell you about the possible future of 375.